at sea level now, or just about, for basketball. We'll be concentrating on the semi-finals of the Sainsbury's Cola National Cup at the NEC in Birmingham. Live action coming shortly. But the first semi tipped off at 12:30 today between the London Leopards and the Newcastle Eagles. We'll be joining it in the second half. The Eagles are playing in black and they are leading by 76 points to 63. Commentary from Alton Bird and Stuart Story.
9 minutes and 21 to go then. 76 to 63, the scoreline now in this second half. And that's the Leopards attack once again, but it's really been a matter of the Leopards being broken down time and time again. And that was a rare excursion for Ben Baum to the basket. He's had real problems in establishing his authority on the court. The Leopards have really been ahead by 18. They've been pulled back to 7, but now they've got away again. And life is, it's 11 points again. And really, Newcastle have proved very, very difficult to break down. They've been great from the outside. Chris Fight, the number 15 for the Leopards, has had such magnificent outside shooting figures. He really has.
Well, certainly Newcastle has played a lot steadier in this second half. But the fact is, the Leopards just, I think, have dug themselves a little bit too big a hole in the first half. At one stage, as you said, the Leopards were down 18 points in the first half, but certainly Newcastle have played much better in the second.
Well, there's the scoreline, 76-65, with 8 minutes and 22 left in this second half. And really the Greater London Leopards in the blue strip under real pressure from the Newcastle Eagles. The Eagles have had a fella called Chris Fight, is wearing the number 15, played a part in that basket then. There he is, who had a tremendous 20-point-plus score in the first half, hitting from outside, hitting from inside, and the Leopards had no answer. The defense wasn't good enough. Eventually they found the answer and got the margin back to 7 points, but then all of a sudden the Newcastle team came out and played their own press defense and started to take back control of the game. Alton Bird.
Well, they certainly have, and I would certainly think that's a great move by Tim Moore, but at the same time, the Leopards really at this stage, great spin, great finish by Tim Moore for the easy basket. Leopards now down 11.
Both of these sides, that's Billy Mims, incidentally, with the glasses, the coach to the Greater London Leopards. Both sides have won this championship before. The Leopards won in the 96-97 season, and the Newcastle Eagles won in 1991. And that was when the club was called Sunderland. They've changed since then. Billy Mims, former coach of the year, has got a team that really hasn't clicked and hasn't fired on all 4 cylinders. But then, Alton, it's not been a good season for the Leopards in the league either. It's one of their poorest seasons. Their team just haven't clicked together. And when you consider Eric Burks, player of the year last year, hasn't played as well as he might, he's a different player this season.
Well, exactly right. And you lose John White, you lose Nakiba Perry. You can't expect to be the same basketball team. And Eric Burks came in late this year. The fact is, you know, this is not the same Leopards team that there has been the last 2 years.
Fight. .7:20 to go. 78-67. Well, just for the once, Ben Baum taking the rebound. He's 6'11". Oh, well done, Miller. Morzalewski's free in the left-hand lane. They didn't see him in time. A little acknowledgement, and now the signal for the rotations to come from the number 9, Corey Jackson. So as they just under 7 minutes to go, and it's been a terrific semi-final, this. Miller, Youngblood the rebounder.
Great defense by Youngblood.
Baum almost tempted for a three-pointer there.
He certainly did.
Oh, he's got 2 points. He's got bonus from that.
What a shot, though. Take a look at this one. He spins off the dribble, doesn't even look at the basket, kisses it off the backboard for an easy shot.
Well, when you look at his personal statistics, he's got 20 points and 10 rebounds, Tim Moore, so that says a lot. And this has become a significant basketball match now. This Sainsbury's Classic Cola semi-final. It's one of some considerable consequence.
Well, for both teams, as we said, you know, Stuart, this is a way to save the season. Neither team playing very well in the league, both very talented, and for somebody, they get to go to the Cup final on the 10th of January.
Well, Newcastle are 7th in the league and Leopards are 8th, and it just goes to show that the team at the top of the league hasn't made these semi-finals, so that's Manchester. The pace has now increased dramatically. Baum under pressure from Modzalewski, the number 10. Baum takes his big shot. Modzalewski, Jackson.
That was a big miss, though, from Ben Baum. He makes that shot, and we really have a game.
Jackson looking inside. Miller has it. What an experience. And fight from outside again. Not finding the same sort of accuracy in this second half, but he's been under a great deal more pressure. Baum. Moore. Rather Baker. Billy Mims on the far side, desperate to get on the court and do the job himself. He is a very active coach, let's say that.
He's the hardest working coach at the sidelines in the league here in the UK.
I think you can say, Alton, that with the score at 78-69, now if the Leopards are going to play a part in the final stages here, they've got to start closing this gap very soon, because it's never been lower than 7 points. They can't quite break through, and really Newcastle have always had the control, and occasionally the defence breaks down to such an extent that people like Miller are allowed in for relatively easy baskets.
Yeah, good quick move by Carl Miller. Good, quick, solid move to finish the play. Newcastle needs a point guard in the basketball game. They're trying to get Ralph Blaylock in the game, but they really need somebody to settle his team down.
Well, Miller goes off, and on comes the Ralph Blaylock that you were talking about, and there's Craig Lynch, the coach to the Newcastle Eagles, former player of considerable note for himself. One of a distinguished group of coaches now coaching in the Budweiser League.
Well, he's much maligned because he's had plenty of talent in Newcastle and has yet to win any trophies. But I can tell you, Craig Lynch certainly knows the game, and certainly as a player, he was a terrific player.
Well, certainly Moore attempted to get that ball off the backboard back for another offensive attack, but it didn't quite work that way. Now Blaylock, what a good player Blaylock is, defended by Moore, Brian Moore. Through. Oh, look at that. That's Wilkie going in under real pressure. And Moore and Youngblood.
No harm, no foul. Oh.
Baker. Moore. 2 points. And I think he gets a bonus shot there. There was a foul signaled.
Great move there by Tim Moore. He goes to the basket, and there's a foul on Corey Jackson, right on the wrist of his shooting hand. It's a 9-point game. Plenty of time left for the Leopards to steal this game from Newcastle.
Moore, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Now that is a significant all-round statistic. It really is. Tim Moore, number 21. There's Brian Moore, number 22. Not to confuse the two.
More is more on the Leopards.
Modzalewski under real pressure. Fight. What a game he's had. Blaylock. Fight. Oh. Under pressure. Come on, ref. Come on, ref, shouts Scott Wilkie. Totally ignored. Moore has it.
Well, he got fouled. Robert Youngblood pushed him so far away from the basket that it was impossible for him to see.
Off the left hand, Eric Burks. A rare excursion to the basket for him. The league's player of the year last season, who's had tremendous difficulty in acclimatizing to his team this season. He was going into play into Europe, didn't take part in the pre-season training with the Leopards club, has come back to them late and really hasn't made the sort of same grade that he made last year. He's not quite the player. He's lost a little bit of edge, a little bit of athleticism.
He certainly has. He's lost a step of quickness as well.
Jackson, nothing called. 80-74, it's just 6 points. It's tight with 3 minutes to go. A couple of three-pointers is the difference between them. That's a shot outside that arc. That's all there is between them. There's a foul.
Craig Lynch has got to get a different matchup against Eric Burks. Greg Modzelewski cannot guard Eric Burks. There's the foul. Eric Burks 2 times with the ball, 2 times to the rim.
Timeout's called now. 80-74, 6 points, and really now this is a time for cool heads from both coaches, and particularly Craig Lynch, whose teams have been in the ascendancy throughout. Let's have a listen to see what he says, or hear what he says.
Don't give it up easily out there. All right, my timeout. All right, make sure that nobody's hiding out there. That means you can't turn around. You got to make sure if you're hiding out there, they're double teaming somewhere. Okay? They're going to put pressure. Be strong, hard passes. Keep playing basketball out there. Keep rebounding. Keep doing the simple things well. All right? Don't foul out there. Play tough without fouling. Okay?
What
play
about
tough.
Billy Mims? He's got his own particular problems. He hasn't quite been able to get into contact.
I want to see if I got him or not. You might have to take Will. I can't put him on somebody that's going to really post it. Miller might get out and miss the layup. All right, listen. 100. I'll tell you right now, you stand by your man. When they come out, we'll match up, all right? Hey, we got to, hey, listen. You got to get stops. You got to rebound, and I need quick scores. Come down and execute. Attack the basket every chance you got. Let's go.
Well, fairly straightforward. Both teams, right now, Craig Lynch is trying to build confidence in his team. Really doesn't have anybody on the floor that can handle the ball other than Corey Jackson. What he should have done, and what I think he should do, is get Andrew Bailey on the floor. Blaylock clearly is hurt, and here's a chance for the Leopards to draw within 4.
Well, let's just bring it up to date. 80-74 at the moment, the score, with 2:53 to go. There's the evidence of it. The free throw line, 5 points, the difference between the two sides. Burks then. Well, this is the smallest margin now. It really is 80-76. The Leopards have hit the last 7 points, and that's a big statistic at the end of this game. And Newcastle have totally dominated, really, and the Leopards have come back in phases. And if Newcastle do lose this, well, in a sense, they've only got themselves to blame. They were totally in control in the first half and switched off for a while. They need to get in. Miller, very much under pressure. Nothing called. And actually, the referees, Trevor Pounton and Roger Harrison, have let this game run well. There were not too many calls, and the players haven't complained too much. That's Trevor Pounton there, one of the FIBA officials. And Rog Harrison with him have acquitted themselves well in this semi-final, certainly. Substitutions going on. The coach is having a little remonstrate at the moment with the referees, having said what I've said.
Well, they're trying to figure out how much time's on the 30-second clock. There was no shot attempted. The ball did not hit the rim, didn't hit the backboard either. So there should be, and they are running the 30-second clock down.
When the ball is put into play, a team has 30 seconds in which they must make a shot at the opposition's basket. There it is, ticking down now. The clock is being adjusted at the moment because it'll start when such as the player on court. The referee's timeout has been called to adjust this. It's at 5 seconds at the moment, Alton, and the players have been called off for the moment to get the technical side right. And there's now another timeout called by Billy Mims, and that's his entitlement. So 30-second clock, 30 seconds to play the ball, 10 seconds to get it over the halfway line. It's a very significant piece of equipment.
If your man sets a screen and a guy comes out, you need this pick and go run this guy. All right? We're switching on any pick stick outside. If your man is here, he screens. Somebody comes out, you switch. All right? If you get bumped by a pick, you stay with the guy who picked you. All right? Whoever takes the ball out of bounds, Robert, that's you. Whoever that man is, guard that middle. No, we're 50, but we're switching. We're 50, guard your hand. When they go outside, switch. Yes, sir. No, hey, no foul. Hand up, no foul. I'm there. Guard.
Well, I wonder who that drummer supports. There's a very, very big contingent from up north here. It's 2:25 to go, 80-76, a 4-point ball game, and that's a very important shot that's gone missing, and Youngblood's got the ball. Now, a 3-pointer here would make all the difference to the Leopards. It really would. Who's going to shoot it? Or will they go for the safe option of working their way inside? But this will be a tough defensive play by Newcastle, and it's all the way in. Oh, and it's rolled off.
Great play, just didn't finish the play. Eric Burks got to the rim, just didn't finish the play.
A grimace on the face of the coaches from Leopards, Billy Mims and Mark Clark, and really the two of them have had to work hard on their team to get them back into this game, and that's a useful steal. The press on early on. Look at the clock counting down, 4 points in it. Now it's 2 points. It says 80-78, and it's a big ball game now. Youngblood, a real talent, and my goodness, that talent was called upon. It was needed. Youngblood, an American from Alabama, paid his way with that shot. Now this is an important one for the Eagles. Wilkie loses it. Oh, it's a big steal, and it's 3-on-1. It's 3-on-1, and that is a magnificent play. It's 80 points each with 1 minute and 2 to go. And for the first time in this match, the Leopards draw level. They were 18 points down at one stage. Now it's all different, and Newcastle find themselves under pressure. White has it. Wilkie rather has it. It's stolen again. What a phase of play, and I would think that Craig Lynch will be calling a timeout within these final seconds, surely.
Well, you certainly need a timeout. Remember, it looks now like Newcastle will get the last shot, and Newcastle needs to be prepared. Good, solid defense there from the Leopards, and they throw the ball away. Unbelievable that they didn't run an offense disciplined enough to get the ball inside.
Now, with only 27 seconds left, only one shot is needed, and the Eagles will now take their time. Unless there's a free time, they will take their time, Alton. And if you were sitting down there as coach, what would you be saying?
Right now, you've got Blaylock on the floor. Craig Lynch has put Ralph Blaylock. I'd put the ball in Blaylock's hands, let him make a play, and work Corey Jackson and Ralph Blaylock on the same side. And if they can get you a basket, they will. You run a pick and roll, screen and roll, try and isolate those two.
But they've got to keep possession. They only need to take one shot. They really do. And they won't be rushing it. They'll try and work it. There's 12 seconds left on the shot on the clock, and that's it. Oh, 2 more, and it's 82-80. And the timeout has been called. The Eagles by 2 with 5 seconds to go.
It was unbelievable. Ralph Blaylock has taken the ball. He was sitting on the bench for literally 4 minutes, came off the bench cold, makes a big shot in the lane. Billy Mims has got some work to do, but I guarantee you the ball will be in Eric Burks' hands. He's got 5 seconds to get to the rim.
And remember, when the ball is put into court, the clock starts when the ball touches the player on court and not before. That's when the clock will start the 5 seconds.
I want Eric, half court. Blood, take it out. I want Tim over here and Brian Moore over here. Now, steady. I want you to try to get open. Eric, steady down.
Now, Alton just looking at that shot, a nice fadeaway, wasn't it? Beautifully taken. But just looking up at the main clock behind us now, it's been adjusted to 9 seconds. On the official clock, we have 9 seconds left. So that's a little bit better. Not much, but it's a little bit better.
That's a long time, no. Certainly for someone like Eric Burks to get from point A, which is probably going to be 50 or 60 feet from the rim, to the basket.
Burks then, who missed that earlier little layup. They may well rue the day that happened. But there it is, 9 seconds now. Leopards need possession. There'll be fouls committed in a moment. 9 seconds, look at that for tremendous power. Oh, he's got a foul. And will he get shots, Alton?
Well, they're not in penalty, so it's a sideline basket. Oh, he's giving up 2 shots.
Well, that's extraordinary. He's given them, they're consulting now. Trevor Pound consulting with Roger Harrison, and they both agreed it's 2 shots. The reason I hesitated was because I thought if they weren't in foul, I don't think they are in penalty.
That is a terrible call by Trevor Pounton. No way was Steadroy Baker shooting that basketball. Here he comes down the lane. There's the pass. He's not even looking at the basket. He gave him 2 shots. He was passing the basketball. That's a terrible call by Trevor Pounton.
Oh, it's 82-81. Now then, with 1 second, the clock will not be going. There'll be 1 second to play after this next free shot. So if he gets this, it's all tied and it looks like overtime. Yeah, he's got it. It's 82 all, and the clock has gone, and that's it. It's overtime. We've got another 5 minutes of play, 2-minute interval, 5 more minutes, and Billy Mims survived. Oh, he survived. And that was a marvelous, marvelous piece of survival by a team that were totally and utterly on the rack. Newcastle had this tied up and let it go.
Well, they certainly did, and you hate really to have a game determined by a referee's call, but that call was a bad call, certainly for Newcastle, and unbelievable. Steadroy Baker really cool to make the 2 foul shots.
So at the end of full time, it's 82 all.
Yes, an incredible finish by the Leopards. What a comeback by them. And as we rejoin it in overtime, the Londoners have now gone in front, 92 points to 88.
Now under all sorts of pressure, and it's all going Leopards' way. Such a change, and there's a foul, and that foul was to put a man on the free throw line.
Well, there's a long time left, though, Stuart. We know what happens in a minute to play. So there's a long time. Newcastle timeout. Let's hear what Craig Lynch has to say. I wonder if he's going to be a little bit more desperate and a little bit more agitated than normal.
Listen, you plenty of time left. You guys are trying to go too much one-on-one. Forgetting about the team stuff out there. All right? Work hard, get the ball up, shoot shots, rebounds, play defense. Everybody has to get back. Can't get anything easy out there. All right, come on, fellas. It's not over. You all right out there? It's not over. 4 points. Are they shooting this? Huh? All right, they're shooting. We got to come down, okay? We got to work it offense. Come down, run a split. Look for a 3. All right, for Chris coming off it, all right? Run a split. Who's at the high post? Huh? Corey, you're at high post, all right? Come on, fellas, it's not over. Listen, it's not over. Come on, show some guts out here. Let's go, win. 1, 2, 3, win. Come on.
Youngblood, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Out comes Burks. He wants to get on with it. Now then, 56 seconds remaining. 92-88, and a nervous little smile. And just for once, the Leopard supporters believe. For most of this match, they had no reason to believe. Their team were being played off the court. But remember when we said it was an 18-point margin? Well, it was, with 3-point shots, it was always possible for the Leopards to come back, and they've done just that.
Well, the man of the moment, really, Steadroy Baker, who got Leopards to overtime with his 2 free throws with 1 second left. And then Robert Youngblood, who's made every big defensive play that the Leopards have needed.
Well, Blaylock once again puts the ball in the basket when it's needed. The press is on, too. Baker. Moore. And there's a foul. And the foul is against Andrew Bailey, the number 6. Have a little look at this. Bailey comes across, takes his man out. The foul. Moore on the line, 7 out of 7 from the free throw line so far. And that is the sort of percentage he would want to maintain here.
He's the guy you don't want to foul in this situation. And we're in this situation. Newcastle's got to know who to foul when it gets down to it. And as soon as you said that, Stuart, he is now 7 for 8. So I'm glad that you never told me when I was playing that it was the kind of percentage I wanted to shoot. This is still a ball game. Newcastle's got a real opportunity to win this game.
94-90, so it needs a 3-pointer plus 1, and there's only 31 seconds left, hence the speed at which the ball's coming in. Bailey's in! Oh, a marvelous drive! Marvelous drive! It's 94-92.
That's a good foul by Ralph Blaylock because Eric Burks is not a great foul shooter. So good foul by Blaylock. Newcastle's going to get the last shot of the game.
94-92, 20 seconds left. In fact, on the official scoreboard, we've got 24.9 seconds left on the official board, and that's the one we must take as the official time. So Burks, 3 from 4 from the foul line.
Well, was it you that said he wasn't a good foul shooter? Or was that me? It was me. Sorry about that. Eric Burks a very good foul shooter.
3 points the difference. 25 seconds left. Well, it's 4 points again, and now Newcastle will have to bring the ball down quickly. They need a 3-pointer. They really do. They need one, but there's no space. No one's... Well, there's a foul.
See, every time the clock stops, it benefits the Newcastle Eagles because now they get an opportunity to get the ball back. It means they can foul. The more the clock stops when you're behind, the better it is. The Leopards really want this ball to be moving, and they don't want the clock to stop.
Well, Craig Lynch and Brian Calder, the coaching staff of the Newcastle Eagles side, will be disappointed with the final outcome of this so far, because really, I can't tell you they dominated so much. Dominated by such a huge margin, 18 points. And Chris Fight, such a good play in the first half, 20 points. Umpteen rebounds. Demonstrating what an all-round player he is. He's a big man. He's 6'9". He's the team's top rebounder, the team's number 3 scorer. Has been hitting 50% from the field. "13 seconds and less, and there's a foul again. So once again, I spoke to Billy Mims before the match, and I said, well, Billy, he said, it's nice to see the BBC back in basketball. And I said, well, it's nice to see you back. Will you make the final? He said, of course, but it's a little bit tighter than he expected, and certainly he led us to believe it would be.
Well, they certainly left it a little bit late. His team has left it a little bit late. Dug themselves a hole early in the game, and have been lucky enough to get some defensive intensity. 2 huge defensive performances by Steadroy Baker and Robert Youngblood. And there's a big miss by Eric Burks. Now you've got to get a 3-pointer to win or a 3-pointer to tie. That's all you need to do. The reality is, can Newcastle do that?
They've got to get a three-pointer to tie in the next 10 seconds. Two will not do. They've got to get the ball in from three-point range. And that will, now is that three, are they looking for 3 free shots from that situational? With the shot being taken from outside of the arc, they're looking for 3 free shots, and I'm not sure they're going to get it.
They're not going to get it. Trevor Pounton there, quite clear in his decision. The foul was before he started his range of motion to shoot the ball. He will shoot 2 shots because Leopards are over the foul limit. The timeout is with Billy Mims. He's now got to make some big decisions about who's going to handle the ball in the last 5 seconds.
Well, a significant last 5 seconds. Now let's hear what he has to say.
Let's rebound. They might try to make a miss. All right, so they're shooting here. They're there. Run! You box there. Let you box Jackson, wherever he is. Ben, the other box. You gotta get him on your back. Don't even worry about where the ball falls. You gotta get him on your back. Don't let him step you. Brian Moore. Brian, you gotta get that shooter. Even before the second shot's released, you get your ass on it. All right? You gotta make sure he doesn't follow. Listen! You don't have to get it across half court this time. When we rebound, hold on to the basketball. They will foul you.
Well, Billy Mims there, quite clear about what he wants. He realized that Newcastle may make the first shot and miss the second on purpose so that they have an opportunity for the rebound to win the game. So effectively, if they do that, which I'm sure Craig Lynch has thought about, make the first 1-point game, miss the second, go for the rebound. Billy's saying you don't need to get the ball past half court. Hang on to the ball, make them foul you. Let's go to the foul line to win.
Well, let's see which of the scenarios develops. Here we go then. Chris Fight on the line. He needs the first one.
Well, whatever theory you were going to have, ball game over now, because you've got to make that first one to get a chance to tip it back for the second.
Now there'll be a full press on now to try and steal the ball, and all they've got to do is hold it for 5 seconds, and there's a foul, and this is a foul of frustration, and they'll walk down the other end, I would think.
And Chris Fight there a little bit frustrated because he wanted Trevor Pounton to call the foul in the first place. But think about this one. It's always easy for players to look at the referees and say, it was your fault. This is a player's game. The players really determine who wins and loses.
I wonder what thoughts are going through the mind of Craig Lynch. Certainly, he's had the best of the game. Chris Fight, 28 points and 9 rebounds. Laylock, 23 points. And the pacing is a pacing which comes from knowing that you should have won this.
Well, Chris Fight fouls out. He had a great afternoon, 28 points, as you said, Stuart, 9 rebounds. But, you know, we talked about earlier, this game is such a simple game. If you win, you'll win most games if you make your free throws and your foul shots. And Newcastle, in reality, have missed a bunch of layups and a bunch of foul shots, and that's why they have not won this game.
So, on the line is Ben Baum, 6 feet 11, 18.5 stone of him. Two seconds left. Just watch that clock. Got it. Well, it's got to be one of those long three-point shots to go up, and it's got to go up now. And it's not there. And the Leopards have won this match. They've pulled it out of the fire. It's 98-95. Young Blood, 16 points. Tim Moore, 24. Stedroy Baker, 14. It turned out to be an all-round team effort with Billy Mims at the helm. And they truly deserved that. They were down and out at the end of the first half. They came back in the second. They changed things. They came to terms with Newcastle. And at the end of the day, they pulled it off. 98-95. They're through to the final.
Well, Billy,
that's what he called a great escape. The film's not on until next week, but that's the biggest escape I think you've ever had, isn't it?
Well, we've been famous for being the comeback kids. And we got a very new team, very young team. It's the first time this year that this group has come back like this. Tonight they showed heart, they showed belief, and we played a great Newcastle team. We were down 18, we never quit.
So how did you do it then? Because, you know, you've had so many problems with this team this year. Your team and playing against the team you played against today.
Well, I still believe our team keeps getting better. We've made a lot of changes. Everybody on our team, except one player, is 25 years or younger. We've a very young, inexperienced team. We need a few wins like this to make us the team that we can be. So we had a great game against Manchester during the week. We built a lot of confidence against Manchester. Tonight, we came in here this afternoon to know that we could win this game if we believed. And believe me, when it was in the second half, down 18, we still believed.
Did you feel late on you got some of the breaks, though, that certainly Craig Lynch wasn't very happy with those 2 free throws right at the end of normal time?
I tell you, I tell our guys at the end of the game that the last time out we took, I told our guys, forget any calls, you got to go out and make your breaks. And I think the last 2 free throws we got, we made our break. We attacked the basket, they didn't get there, they fouled us. Instead, Roy Baker had to make them both, and he did. What a great job stepping up to the line. And in the overtime, when we needed to make free throws, we made them.
And you've been asking for a bit more depth from Eric Burks, maybe digging a bit deep. He only scored 2 points in the first half, and then he came back and scored 20 in total.
Well, he had a great second half. And he kept saying to me, Coach, he said, give me the ball, I'm going to make something happen. And at the end of the day, I think Eric made things happen, but it was a total team effort. Robert Youngblood, Tim Moore, Eric Burks, Ben Baum, David Atwell, David Cruz, Roy Baker. Tonight, the Leopards played as a team. 9 guys played in this game. 9 guys helped us in one way or another to win it.
Congratulations, Billy.
Merry Christmas to everybody at BBC. Cyril and Eve, Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Billy, and to you. Bob Ballard posing the questions there to an ecstatic Billy Mims. The other semi-final to follow shortly, but because of that overtime period in the NEC this afternoon, we've had to rejig our plans just slightly, and we'll now be heading for Olympia and the show jumping at the later time of 4:30. One football result to tell you about so far, another dramatic finish there as well. Ipswich have beaten Sheffield United thanks to a 90th minute Richard Naylor goal, so they will now narrow the gap behind First Division leaders Sunderland to 8 points tonight. Back to the basketball then, the London Leopards already through, but who will they face to the second semi-final then? It's another South versus North affair. It's the holders Thames Valley Tigers against the Sheffield Sharks. The tip-off just moments away, so let's rejoin Alton and Stuart.
Well, thanks, Hazel, and welcome to quite an atmosphere here. It's not a full house by any means, but the two teams on view are talented. The holders, the Thames Valley Tigers, as you said, Hazel, very much in form. Let's have a look at their team lineup first of all. 1 or 2 players to note. Jason Simon, the number 11. We're not sure whether he's going to play. He's got an ankle injury, but he should start. Lee Walker will be there at number 12 as a starter. But John McCord, 25 points this season and 7 rebounds. And Arena Casey, the number 4, we mustn't forget him. He's the ball handler, he's the playmaker, 13 points a game this season. Let's have a look at overall the starting 5 in that team. We've got Arena, Walker, Clark and McCord. Now let's go to the Sheffield Sharks. Terrell Myers, number 11, 24 points and 4 assists this season, top scorer in the team. He's been scoring at about 50% level. Then we've got Will Johnson at 24. He's the team's top rebounder this season, although he's got 16 points along with the 9 rebounds per game. So it's a pretty good, solid team overall. The starting 5, number 9, Mike Payne, then Terrell Myers, Todd Cawthorne, Travis Conlon and Will Johnson. They're the 5. The 2 coaches, well, we've got Paul James for the Tigers and Chris Finch for the Sheffield Sharks. The 2 teams coming out and the Tigers in the orange strip. And this should be a pretty good tussle. I've got Alton Bird alongside me again. Alton, you know these teams very well.
Well, indeed. And Sheffield has had a great start to the season. They've only lost 1 game all year long. Thames Valley clearly has possibly the most talent in the league in the UK this season. John McCord, last year's most valuable player of the Classic Cola Cup. So these are two very, very evenly matched teams, both strong inside games, both with great guard play. Terrell Myers and Travis Conlon being possibly the two best guards in the league, in the country this year.
Well, Jason Seaman clearly is there on court. Is a big factor in the Thames Valley side, wearing number 11. They're 2 points down at the moment. The Sheffield Sharks just taking that early advantage. Number 4, Casey Arena on the near side. John McCord, 25 points a game this season. So if the Sheffield Sharks want to win this, they've got to contain him. Good rebound there by Todd Cawthorne. Myers.
The Sharks love to shoot the three-point shot. They've got Myers, they've got Payne, and they've got Travis Conlon, and all of those guys really shoot the ball well.
Well, Conlon got the ball in. And look at that, number 24, the scorer is Will Johnson. We highlighted him at the beginning. He's a terrific player. The rotations, Arena on the near side, Seaman, Walker. Rebound once again, this time by Mike Payne at 6'5". Good rebound there by Seaman. And Alton, if they've got to look to Seaman to control the backboards. He's a big player, big man and a big player.
And he's very, very tough to handle under the basket. He's not a great foul shooter, but he's had the best season that he's had in a long time, certainly here in the UK. He's played very well, and there it is. McCord to Seaman for an easy shot.
McCord's got great vision. He can see Seaman free there on the weak side, absolutely clear. And the 2 points was almost a formality.
Well, John McCord plays more than one position. He plays 4 different positions for Thames Valley, and really he's the key to how well they play.
Well, once again, that was a good play by Will Johnson. He's born in Philadelphia. He's won the league trophy. #1 floor shooter and league player from last year, 66%. But Finch, a coach, also as a player, incidentally, when Sheffield won the cup in 1995, Coach Chris Finch was the point guard in that team. And so he knows what these games are all about.
Well, he certainly does, and you know, he's come a long way. He started as a player. He's a very, very intelligent player, and he's a very, very intelligent coach. So much so he's got Myers. He's recruited well with this team. He's got possibly the best team in the country. Not the best talent, maybe the best team.
Already with that Terrell Myers shot, it just indicates there's a wide range of shooting potential on that team, Alton, already proven.
Well, he's a spectacular player, Terrell Myers. He makes difficult shots look easy. Very, very easy.
Arena slows it down, sets it up, calls the play. Defended by Myers. Seaman. Arena. McCord setting a good screen. Lots of rotations there. Oh, what a wonderful assist. Not able to make best advantage of it. Myers again. Conlon on the far side. Mike Payne, the shooter there. Arena.
Let go, let go, let go!
Lovely break from Myers. Oh, he changed hands twice, got the foul on the way in. He'll get 2 free shots.
But the whole key to that play was Travis Conlon's play to get the ball in bounds. He made a great save, got it directly. Here's the play. He saves it to Cawthorne. Cawthorne finds Myers. Now watch this. He hung long enough, just didn't finish the play, but drew the foul for 2 shots.
Terrell Myers, born in New Haven, Connecticut. League trophy winner. Club debut in October of 1997. Attended the same college as Will Johnson, incidentally, so they know each other pretty well. And that does matter in teams.
Well, last year, Terrell Myers was the guy who won the trophy final for Sheffield by making a three-point shot with 4 seconds left in the big game. So we know he is right now the top candidate for the player of the year in this country. He's averaging 24 points a game. He's a spectacular talent.
Arena. Defended by Conlon. Walker. McCord. Two to McCord. John McCord from the Bronx, New York. Power player. Well, Paul James, coach to the Thames Valley Tigers. The defending champions won this title last year. They beat Leicester 82-78. Tight encounter of the first kind. But he's a coach gaining in experience. That was his first major win.
Well, I played against Paul for many years, and you know, certainly he is one of the classiest coaches in the league. He's put a good team together. He manages them well, and they all respect him very much.
Payne gets three. Mike Payne, that's 3 points. Lovely shot outside that arc, and every time the shot goes in from outside that red arc, it's 3 points rather than 2 inside. Arena. McCord. Lovely rotation. Well covered, though. Good defense. Myers has it.
You know, if there's one fault that John McCord has, he tries to do a little bit too much in the paint from time to time. But that time he got caught out. Here's the foul by McCord reaching across, and Terrell Myers and the Sheffield Sharks will take the ball out of bounds on the side.
Wearing 15 comes on the floor for Tigers.
The officials, Will Jones and Keith Bruce, incidentally, two officials of some note. Will Jones, the most experienced of the two. Oh, yes, nice little reverse from Johnson. Look at that, he says, come on, crowd.
And he's doing yeoman work inside as Will Johnson. Conlon keeps it alive, but he gets whacked, still finishes the play. And Sheffield really has this game under control right now.
Well, Thames Valley then calling the first time out at 15 points to 6, 14 minutes and 25 seconds left in this first half. And I wonder what Paul James has got to say.
You know, they're missing shots and they're getting second efforts. They got like 5 offensive boards right now. Right? We said that could not happen. All right? They're missing shots like we want them to. Now we got to make sure we box out and rebound, cook the ball. All right? Let's just pick it up now. All right? You've had your 5 minutes of fun. Let's start playing basketball right now. Come on now, we've been here before. Let's start playing. Come on. Go, come on. Go,
well,
1,
Paul
2, 3.
James, clear message. He thinks his team has been literally walking up and down the court, watching the game go by in the first 5 minutes. He says, you've had your 5 minutes of fun. Now let's get down to business.
Well, he's beginning to expect great things because Thames Valley warmed up for this game with an 85-68 victory in the Uniball Trophy on Friday night. And McCord in that game scored 22 points. And remember, they beat Leicester last year. They've beaten the Manchester Giants to get to this semi-final. And the Giants head the Budweiser League, and they've beaten them twice this season. So they're some side when they're on song.
No question. They certainly have probably more talent than any other team from 1 through 10 on their bench. They've got Casey Arena, John McCord. They just signed Neville Austin, who plays for England. They're a very, very talented group.
So 9-point advantage for the Sharks.
McCord just settling down. Arena calling the plays once again. On the top is Terrell Myers. Bolser. Yes, good shot. 3-pointer from Bolser, and that was useful, wasn't it? Brian Bolser, 6'5", born in Boreham Wood. He's a former Great Britain students representative. He's learning his trade and performing well. It was a good shot, and so was that inside.
And I'll tell you, Will Johnson is dominating the offensive backboard for Sheffield. Every time Sheffield misses, he picks it up and he scores. They've got to keep him off the board. Sheffield already has 6 offensive rebounds.
Oh, Jason Seaman just couldn't quite get that one. Just a little bit too high, got his fingertips to it, but look at that margin, 17-9, early days yet. And with the three-point arc, we say it several times, but those three-point shots do add up, and you only need a couple and the margin's gone. Myers and Hawthorne in the centre. Conlon on the near side. Officially a non-bodily contact sport, this, but it doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah, I wish I'd met the guy who said that the first time, non-contact sport. I still have lumps from games that I've played in where there was no contact.
17-9, 13-2 to go, first half. Double team on the corner. It's two players defending one. Once again, Johnson's in there again. He's such a strong player, but he's fouled, and I think he's fouled there by Neville Austin.
And right now, Stuart, he is dominating Jason Seaman. It's not even a contest. Jason Seaman's not even in the ballgame. Will Johnson has 7 offensive rebounds already. The only bad thing about Will Johnson, he is not a great foul shooter. I shouldn't have said that, should I? Let me wipe the egg off my chin. Maybe not. Maybe I was right.
Seaman takes it. Chris Finch. Anxious moments always for a coach. It's far more difficult for the coach because he's not actually out there doing it. And as Alton will tell you, he's been a player of some considerable consequence and also a coach too. And, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, very frustrating because you really on the game until, you know, towards the end of the game. It's a player's game. If you prepare your players, you hope that the players will be able to carry you through a ball game.
Let's have a look at this foul.
Definitely a foul. Terrell Myers literally on the block and got caught with his hands in.
Very nice play indeed by Brian Balser. He came in well from the left side of the court, from the left-hand lane. Windle's now there, number 20. It's out of bounds. It's a little error.
You know what I like about this Sheffield team? They seem to be completely nonplussed with everything. They're just in their own rhythm. They play hard, they're tough, they're physical, and they just get on with the job of playing basketball. And you gotta like that about a team.
Ooh, Arena. Seaman waiting for it. He was free, but didn't get it. McCall did. Power play. Big man, tremendous athleticism.
He's extraordinarily quick for somebody 6'8", and he's very, very lean. Therefore, it's difficult to put a body on him because you can't face him and put a body on him. He's just not that kind of physical player. Offensively, probably the toughest guy in the country to play against and guard.
Tremendous dexterity and athleticism, really. 25 points a game average throughout the season. That's a pretty big average to keep going. It really is. Seaman, the outlet pass. Arena. Now, the whistle appeared to go before that shot went up, Bolt.
Will Jones there telling the players, would you please listen to me? I'm telling you what's going to happen if you continue to get physical and throw your elbows around. Sheffield timeout. Chris Finch there talking to his team in Sheffield.
Be more aggressive. All right. Make a move so he has to react to it. Harder post cut. The other thing is, if we get our guards nice and wide and screening, we can have a little post penetration from time to time, particularly if Todd's in there. Set plays, don't forget about them, okay? Defensively, pretty good job down there. We just broke down the end and let the guy in the middle. All right? All right. Let's run a little Carolina break. Let's run a little Carolina break now for the next couple minutes, all right? Here we go, let's go, yeah. Hey, it'll be the wing adjustment. The wing adjustment. Starts 1, 2, 3. With the tag, it'll be the wing adjustment.
Well, Chris Finch there talking to his team, saying, you know, defensively you're doing a pretty good job. We broke down the last play. He set the players, Travis Conlon and Terrell Myers. He wants to run a Carolina break. It'll be a sideline break where they get the ball to the sideline. They'll try and get the ball to the wing for some one-on-one isolation out of transition. So look for them to do that quickly.
Balsa. Well, he's playing well. He's hit a couple of long shots. Watch this again. Nice little shot. Big three-pointer.
He is a terrific shooter, is Brian Balser. And that's what he does. He's come off the bench, giving them 8 points straight away.
Arena gets free for a shot. So, Conlon. Myers looking, Conlon. Johnson. A rebounder there, a very powerful looking Neville Austin. Conlon, defended by Arena. Looking for the rotations. There it is. Beautiful play. What a lovely, lovely rotation. Myers again getting inside.
Great pass from Wendell, though. But watch how Terrell Myers just hangs, and then he lays it up with some relative ease. Great play, great pass from Richard Wendell.
Well, we're just about halfway through this first half, 20-16 then, and the margin has crept down, hasn't it, to 4 points. It was significant at one stage, but now it's all changed.
Well, I certainly think Thames Valley will start to play far more aggressively offensively, and I really do think Thames Valley, with all the talent they've got, will be in this game right till the end.
Lovely pass by Conlon, didn't quite come off, and there's a held ball. There's a held ball. Two players holding the ball. They'll jump it off at the nearest restraining circle, that blue circle.
Great pass there by Conlon. Shastad Cawthorn couldn't really get both hands on it to make the best of the situation.
Travis Conlon, born in Michigan. Third in the University of Michigan all-time assist records. You can see from the sort of plays and passes he's putting away here already that sort of statistic is believable.
I love the way he plays the game. He is very, very tough to play against, and he plays the way a point guard should play. Lead from the front, distribute the ball, make your team better.
That's a foul on Mike Payne, incidentally. You can see it coming here. There he is. He was behind McCord, just tugged on his arm. It's the number 9 for the Sheffield Sharks, John McCord. John McCord, last season overall the league, he was second top scorer at 62.3%, and he averaged about the same as this season, around about 25 points a game, so he's the sort of player you want on your side.
And the good thing, Stuart, is he knows how to win. He plays to win. He does what he needs to do to win. He's not only talented, very intelligent player. Went to the Ivy League, went to Cornell University. Tough player.
Clark on the near side. Casey Arena, only 6'1", University of Maine. Won a few titles. Second in the assists in the league last season, so he's a pretty good ball handler. Didn't score too many. Balser again, but that's the last 2 shots from Balser have gone missing. And that was good control there by Mike Payne to set up the Sharks. Condon followed in. The referee is having a little word with players, trying to contain it without blowing the whistle, and that's good.
They're having lots of words with players out there.
Harwell. Richard Windwell. All 6'7" of him. He's had a bit of an ankle injury himself, Bolton. He's got a bit of a strapping on his leg.
He certainly has, and in that play he did a great job getting a rebound, and he threw the ball to where he thought Michael Payne was, so Michael Payne happened to be standing behind him.
Well, they've substituted him now. So it's all slowed down again, and jackets off now. The real business beginning. Chris Finch, born in Cambridge, Ohio, in the United States. He's done a lot as a player. Got the Most Valuable Player Award in the National Trophy Final of '94, so he's been there. Oh yes. Terrell Myers.
I tell you, he makes the difficult shots look easy. Watch this. Just hangs, lays it up off the backboard. It's effortless. He plays the game with a real effortless ease.
Off the ball foul there, and Will Jones get off his shirt, as you probably heard. Substitution requested, and Bolsa goes off. And Walker replaced him. Bolsa had a couple of good early shots, but he had a good two good misses, or poor misses, and he's gone now.
He certainly has, and I tell you, having his flexibility from the perimeter changes the way you have to play against Thames Valley, because they can penetrate and they can distribute the ball.
22-17, 7:37 in the first half remaining. McCord fouled on the way in again.
Let me tell you, John McCord is single-handedly keeping Thames Valley in the game. Here's the call. I don't know, that one's kind of one of those no harm, no foul call. McCord goes to the rim, and Michael Payne happened to be right there in front of him. But Michael Payne adjudged to a foul. John McCord on the way to the basket. 2 shots, which McCord makes the first one.
Joined the Tigers last season. Played in the All-Star game last season. He was in the All-Star team. Very, very talented. Now then, Travis Conlon slowly bringing it down. Johnson. Hawthorne.
Get up!
McCord, a little off pass there to Walker. Nothing called. Conlon couldn't quite claim it. Arena did well. No backcourt violation, says the trailing referee, Keith Bruce.
Yes, dude.
Second long shot from Arena that's gone astray. Timeout call. And it's called by the Sheffield bench. Coach Chris Finch. The scoreline there, 22-19. And it's very tight, and neither team in the ascendancy yet, Alton.
Well, Sheffield got off to a good start, but they seem to be stagnant offensively. Let's listen to what Chris Finch has to say, and let's find out how he makes his changes.
All right, down at this end, we are settling. They are influencing the shots that we are taking. Hey, we're not taking the shots we want to be taking. When we call a set play, let's just run it once in a while. Don't post. We want a guy coming through.
Well, Chris Finch has got his arrangements to make, so has Paul James. A quick end to that timeout.
Hey, watch the press. Watch the press.
Paul James, born in Leicester, former Leicester City Rider, then went to Thames Valley. His brother very much involved with the coaching setup at Leicester. And so it's a family steeped in basketball. He's played in the All-Star game in the 88-89 season, and he's now feeding an awful lot back into the game, and that's good.
Great guy, and he's been great for basketball. And he's John Knight, the owner of Thames Valley. He's hired a guy from inside the organization who really knows what he's doing. Terrell Myers with a big three-pointer, and Chris Finch with a very good timeout. They run a play. Myers comes off his screen, nails the three-point shot.
Walker Foul on the way in. Incidentally, Seaman, Bolser and McCord are the only three players that have scored on the Tigers team. And incidentally, Payne, Myers and Johnson are the only three from the Sheffield Sharks side. So 3 players doing the scoring on both sides. Walker may well alter that right now from the free throw line.
We certainly hope so.
Lee Walker, East Tennessee University, was born in Bracknell though. 6'4".
He's a Welsh lad, is Lee Walker.
Lee Walker makes the most of his first 2 points of the action.
Conlon, Cawthorne. Johnson in the centre. Cawthorne on the far side, big player. And Conlon fouled on the way in by Arena. Sideline. Blocking foul. End line. 4 points the difference between the sides. Still no team able to get away. Oh, Seaman almost took that out. That's an offensive foul, a charging foul there against Todd Cawthorne.
Well, I don't know, I need to be sold on that one. Cawthorne certainly was on his way to the basket, and it looked to me like Neville Austin moved while Cawthorne was on his way, but they give Todd Cawthorne the offensive foul.
Arena looking to get inside. Walker has it, and it's been stolen, almost stolen there by Conlon. But then a foul, and it's Seaman's foul. Called by Keith Bruce.
Well, here's the call. Lee Walker tries to get inside. Conlon steals it. Oh, I think that was a little bit of just, you know.
Let's call it harsh.
Yes. There you go. Diplomatically put, Stu.
4 points between them. Myers tied up by Walker. Cawthorne defended by Seaman. A good matchup in terms of height. McKinney out there now, Ian McKinney. 6'1" for the Sheffield Sharks. He's a useful player.
He certainly is, and they get a lot of good minutes out of him. That foul there called on Will Johnson for hooking Neville Austin. Good position by Neville Austin down low. Will Johnson's second foul. He has got to stay in the game for Sheffield to have a chance to win.
Seaman almost cut out by McKinney. The 7-team foul marker up on the part of the Sheffield team, which means that any subsequent foul will mean that free shots will be taken, and that gives a clear advantage to their opponents.
Great pass from Terrell Myers to Todd Cawthorne, and a great finish looking over his shoulder. Here's the pass. Here's Myers. He spots Cawthorne. Good catch, good finish, good concentration. The basket plus a foul shot.
So the bonus shot will come. McCord going over the top, collecting a foul there. So it's a 3-point play, really. Well, they're creeping back. Paul James must be a little happier. 5 points the deficit then to his team, the Thames Valley Tigers, the defending champions.
Arena in play. Very well run play. Seaman to Casey Arena on the back door.
Conlon under pressure going into the basket. That's a held ball. Walker and Cawthorne there will be asked to jump at the nearest circle. There it is. Once the ball is held, and in no one's control, then it has to be resolved in this way. Myers on that for Conlon going in, and he's fouled on the way in, a well-drawn foul there.
Smart play by Travis Conlon. He gets the ball in the wing, goes to the basket hard, knows he's going to get contact, almost gets the basket, but good drive to the basket, drew the foul on Neville Austin.
4 minutes, 11 seconds left in this first half. So, 2 shots.
You'll notice that time, Stuart, I didn't talk about foul shooting. I seem to be jinxed when I do that.
I just wonder which of these sides will eventually end up, along with the Leopards, in the Sainsbury's Classic Cola final. It's a good competition, and it indicates clearly some of the teams lower down in the league have beaten the teams higher up in the league and have come through to these semi-finals, and that's good for the game. Good rebound. Myers is so quick. Look at that reverse. Beautiful. Fouled on the way in.
And I'll tell you, Sheffield is really attacking Thames Valley to the basket. Myers to Conlon, I should say to Todd Cawthorn, draws a foul on Neville Austin. And Neville Austin already has 3 fouls for Thames Valley. He will sit down. They'll need him down the stretch in the second half.
So the Sheffield Sharks. Todd Cawthorn, 17 stone, 6 feet 8. Will Jones from Wales, establishing some repartee with the players.
That's always good to him. You know, when you're playing the game, you need to have referees who understand, you know, the temperament, the flow of the game. And both Will Jones and Keith Bruce have done enough finals to know this is a big game. Both teams are tense, and they're trying to make it a little bit easier.
Oh, great steal there. Conlon gets in, he gets his 2, and that was well taken. It really was. So quick off the mark. No time for the defense to get back. Look at this. Steal and run.
Well, people forget Travis Conlon is 6'4". He's a big point guard, and he's got extremely quick hands. Casey Arena to the backboard there on a drive. Beats Ian Payne straight up one-on-one. Good finish with the left hand. If you're a young player and you're coming to the basket from the left-hand side, you got to be able to use your left hand.
Myers looking to get inside. And Myers was responsible for that.
And I think Jason Seaman was pleading for a little bit of help from Will Jones. Watch this play here. Draws the contact, hangs a little bit. Jason Seaman's got an argument. That was an offensive foul.
Arena. Myers incidentally on 15 points now. This game is opening up a little bit. There's a little bit of discipline gone missing for the moment, and I'm sure the coaches will be a little bit concerned, and McKinney slows it down. Oh, Cawthorn under pressure. Slowed down by Myers. Conlon, Cawthorn. Nice little reverse. Oh, what a beautiful reverse by Will Johnson. I mean, he is a talent.
He's very talented and very smart. He takes what the defense gives him, falls away from the basket, and makes a tough shot against Jason Seaman.
Seaman. McCord waiting to get inside. A lovely little reverse. Doesn't quite come off, though. And once again, the fast break is on. 2 against 2. Oh, what a sweeper that was Todd Cawthorn. It's 37-27 the scoreline, 1:35 to go, and the Sheffield Sharks truly deserve their advantage.
Well, they certainly do, and I'll tell you what, the basketball game, or the game of basketball is real simple. It's the team that makes the best run of points. There, Terrell Myers goes to the rim. Cawthorn's there to finish the play. Sheffield's on a 6-0 run. That's what makes games easy to play. It's what makes games, and certainly teams, play much better when they get in those runs on a persistent basis.
We're going to be more aggressive offensively. Right now, I don't know where we're going to get our next basket from. It's like you guys don't believe. Start believing. All right, start believing. Let's get motion, Casey. All right, let's get a basket right here, and then we need to stop. And we can get another basket. Okay, but we've got to move. We've got to start being more aggressive offensively. Come on, guys, let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go, 1, 2, 3.
Well, Paul James here talking to his team, asking his team to believe in the offensive sets and the kind of play that got them to the semifinals. Right now, he's worried that offensively, he's not sure where they're going to get the next 2 points from. He wants them to come down, run a set offense, and get the ball in the basket, and then they need a defensive stop.
1 minute, 33 seconds of the first half remaining. 37 for the Sheffield Sharks, 27 to the Thames Valley Tigers. The call. This is the biggest lead, incidentally, of the match so far. Clark gets inside beautifully. He's got 2 points and he's got bonus there. He'll get an extra shot. He was fouled in the act of shooting. The basket was called good. That's 2 points, and he gets 1 extra point as a bonus free shot.
That was a good, solid offense there by Thames Valley. They were disciplined. They moved the ball. They executed. They end up with potentially 3 points. They do end up with 3 points. Good offense. Now they need to stop to end the half. They score, they're right back in the game. They're only down 7 right now.
A pensive look on the face there, and his team have acquitted themselves well. They've got tremendous balance. Number 7, incidentally, is Adrian Anderson on now for the Sheffield team. And once again, the ball stolen, and Arena has it. Looking to get the pass in. Balsa's shot again. They looked to Balsa for those outside shots. He's had 3 misses on the trot now. He was just come on. He had some time on the bench, but he hit the first couple, and it looked good. And then he started to miss, and that's another one.
Well, the secret is all of a sudden Sheffield are starting literally to get a hand up on Brian Boss. He's not getting clean looks at the basket. And if you take away his clean looks, make him put the ball on the floor, he becomes a different player.
Well, as we're in team foul, both teams are in team foul difficulties, hence that long walk down the court for the free throws at the other end resulting from the foul. 37 to 30, just 7 points the advantage to the Sheffield Sharks. As the first half draws to its close. But these final moments can make such a difference. They really can. A three-pointer, a couple of three-pointers to pull the deficit back, to give that psychological advantage going through into the second half. And both coaches recognize that. There's a held ball there. There'll be a jump ball. Lee Walker will jump. 2 players will resolve that held ball by jumping for it at that circle. The other is Ian McKinney. McKinney, who has the reputation of being a very fine three-point shooter. He's got a 100% free throw record, so don't foul him.
No, wrong guy to foul.
Clock counting down now, and it's still 7 points, and this is an important one for both sides. Big three-point attempt. Still 3 seconds to go, and that's it. 37 to 30 at the half, and really, Alton, the 2 teams have been very, very evenly balanced. 3 players scoring for each of the teams for most of that game, but no one totally outstanding. Perhaps when you look at Will Johnson, he's been an emphatic player for the Sheffield Sharks, and perhaps Jason Seaman has not been up to scratch. But that's it at the half, 37-30.
And whilst they partake of the half-time oranges in the NEC, we'll turn our attention momentarily to athletics. Sonia O'Sullivan made most of the headlines in Ireland this year, but her fellow countrywoman Katrina McKiernan wasn't too far behind her in the popularity stakes. McKiernan won 2 marathons in London and Amsterdam, and she's hoping for even more success in 1999. She's been talking to Paul Dickinson.
1997 saw a big turning point in Katrina McKiernan's career. She said goodbye to the track and cross-country, where she'd won 4 World Championship silver medals. The marathon became the challenge. And so far, her record is perfect. The fastest ever time for a debut run. 3 out of 3 victories, and she's back in April to defend her London title. So why did she make the switch to the classic distance?
Well, I go to Trinity College in Dublin to get tested on the treadmill, and I've been going there over 10 years now. And the first day I'll be able to train, and Joe was very good at setting out what I should do, and you know, I've run 3 marathons already and I kind of know what I have to do, but at this stage I'll be doing it.
Which is rebound.
Accord to Austin, 2 big fellas up. Which is called. Now there is a foul call.
First of all, our intention was
At this stage I'll be doing a lot of strength.
Cross-country champion Paula Radcliffe in a top-quality field. Well, it's time now to head back to the NEC in Birmingham for the second half of the 2nd National Cup semi-final. Remember, Thames Valley Tigers, they're the holders, but they're trailing Sheffield Sharks by 7 points. A reminder of our commentary team once again, Alton Bird and Stuart Story.
Well, certainly the first half was a half of contrast, really, but the end result was 37-30. No one really outstanding. McCord had 11 points, Balser 8 for the Thames Valley team, and Myers for the Sharks had 15, Johnson 11, although Johnson had an awful lot of influence in that game, Will Johnson. But we can reflect back on the first semi-final, which the London Leopards have finally won, and we've now got Tim Moore, and he's courtside talking to Bob Ballard.
Yes, Tim Moore, who scored 24 points and 12 rebounds. Tell me about that game. How did you get yourself 18 points behind?
First of all, our intention was a little bit lower than expected to be, and especially second out on this team. This is a 3-point shooting team. They hit like, I guess, their first 8, 9 3-pointers, and they kind of digged us a hole.
You're making a bit of a habit of this, though, aren't you? Getting down by big margins. This time you managed to pull yourself around.
Yeah, it's real tiring, so, I mean, we need to come out more strong, just take care of business from the get-go. You know, just play hard from the get-go instead of waiting until we down too many points to catch back up.
How agonizing was it for you right at the end? You fouled out with 5 fouls, having to watch the last few seconds, which were very, very tight and very, very close.
It's very frustrating, but, you know, I have confidence in other players on the team because, you know, we got good depth on the team.
Now, what's been going on with the Leopards this year? Because last year you won the league, you looked virtually invincible in most competitions you played. This year, you're finding yourself in the unaccustomed position of mid-table.
I think it's our chemistry. We haven't got it back together yet, and you know, you keep using it as an excuse because we're
professional players. So we just gotta, I mean, keep playing hard, working hard in practice, and just when it comes to game time, just pick up our intensity from the jump instead of waiting till the second half.
And how hard a taskmaster is Billy to try and get you motivated and get you back into the season?
The task ain't that hard. No, it's basically just the players. You know, the players need to come together. You know, play. It means a lot to us because you know, I mean, right now we're struggling as a team, and every win is important. I mean, regardless of what the outcome is.
All right, we'll see who wins this one. Tim, well done, and look forward to seeing you on the 10th of January.
All right, thanks.
Well, the players now beginning to prepare for the start of this second half. Interesting enough, you know, we've already given you the individual scores, but there's been very little outside shooting going on. Just a couple of three-pointers from Thames and 2 from Sheffield. So it's been very much an inside game, a big man's game, Alton.
Well, it certainly has, and that's surprising. Sheffield's usually one of the best teams in the country at shooting the three-point shot. They do not have Pete Scantlebury for this game. He is cup-tied. He started the season with Newcastle, but you know, I'm surprised really that they haven't shot the three more, and they haven't made and certainly attempted more threes. That said, Thames Valley's never been a great outside shooting team. They have Brian Balser, who can really stroke the ball for them. But it is a big guys game. The guys inside, Will Johnson, Todd Cawthorn, Jason Seaman, John McCord, are really dominating the flow of the game.
Just a word on the rebound situation. That's controlling the ball off the backboard. Sheffield took 23 in the first half, and Thames Valley Tigers took 16. As far as fouls are concerned, Austin of Thames Valley on 3, McCord of Thames Valley on 3, Payne of Sheffield on 3. So that's it as we go into the second half. 37-30, Sheffield over Tigers. The Sheffield Sharks in the darker strip. Payne has it, looking to get the ball inside. Lots of rotation going on, and once again, Johnson, the player that we highlighted at that half-time, is becoming more and more of a significant factor.
Absolutely, and that time he just plain outworked Jason Seaman down on the low post, down on the block where it has to be pretty dirty, and Will Johnson basically just outworked Jason Seaman.
Walker losing the ball going in there, which won't delight his coach. Conlon has it. Johnson. Walker trying to stop the offense of Myers. Conlon looking to get inside and does so right past Seaman. Seaman has got an ankle injury, Alton. He's not playing on 4 cylinders.
No, he's certainly not playing well. Usually Jason Seaman would have blocked that shot, but he can't jump off his left foot. He's just being, you know, he's just taking up space right now, and he's not playing with the kind of intensity and the kind of aggression around the basket he normally does.
Now, the referee shouting at the players to get on with this game. One or two of the decisions not going to their liking quite clearly. Payne there.
Well, certainly both teams are trying to involve the referees in more decisions than they normally would. They're hoping the referees will bail them out of bad positioning. And it's not the referee's job. At the end of the day, the players have to play this game. Luckily, we've got 2 referees who've been in enough finals, in Will Jones and Keith Bruce, who will let them play until it gets out of hand.
Shoot it, yo!
Clark looked for the big shot. Johnson again with the rebound. Myers defended by Walker. Johnson. Oh. Johnson fouled surely inside.
And nobody works harder than Will Johnson around the basket. You gotta love his work ethic. You know, he goes to the rim here, misses the shot. Cawthorn keeps it alive. Will gets it back, draws the foul on Jason Seaman, and in the first half alone, Will Johnson had 8 offensive rebounds. Didn't make a foul shot, but he had 8 offensive rebounds.
12 points, the difference, equivalent to 4 3-point shots, so it's still anybody's game. We learned from the first of these semi-finals that all is not lost until that final whistle.
Well, that time Casey Arena got to the basket. Good strong drive to the basket.
Myers defended by Walker. Myers looked as though he was going in, changed his mind. He had a change of mind then and paid the penalty.
Well, certainly, I think he was looking to pass that, and he looked to pass it. Good ball fake, and the ball literally just slipped out of his hand. Good defense there by Lee Walker.
Casey Arena looking to get in and draw all the defense around him and then feed a weak side. Seaman trying to get in, can't do it. McCord has it. McCord throwing the ball off the shoulder of Conlon. Now. Oh well, McCord's foot was out when he threw the ball against the shoulder of Travis Conlon. It was a good try.
It was a good try, and I mean, Will Jones there was standing literally on the sideline, so he must have seen that.
Payne, defended by McCord. Payne trying to get the ball through to Johnson. It's out of bounds. They have it. The Sheffield Sharks have that possession end line. Payne. Hawthorne. Oh, say, what a big shot from Travis Conlon. Three-pointer.
Well, he didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, didn't make a foul shot, and then threw up a three-point rainbow there, and it goes in. Sheffield now up 13, and the tempo of this game to suit Sheffield.
Myers. Oh, he's missed it, as you see. He's got another chance. Nothing called. Now there is a foul call. And that you clearly probably heard the referee. Stuart Clark was the man to foul, I think. Yes, it was.
Well, here's the miss. Myers should have made the first one, but there, good job by Cawthorn to keep the ball alive. Myers gets another shot.
Well, we've got a timeout now, and both teams returning to the bench for a chat. Paul James first.
Guys, you guys together got to rebound collectively now. Right, we've got to rebound collectively, and we've got to get something down there. All right, come on now. Hey, we're playing hesitant. Let's pick it up. Come on, we're fine. We're fine. All right, but the little things when they miss layups, we got to come up with the basketball now. All right, come on, fellas. Let's go, baby. Start believing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Paul James there trying to talk to his team. Chris Finch talking to the Sheffield Sharks.
Shoot the ball. You know what I mean? That's why no one came to it. Good hard move. Let's go. Let's go D up now. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Well, certainly, Alton, it's a pretty big advantage now at 45-32. So he must be the happiest of the happier of the two coaches. And really, Thames Valley have got an awful lot of work to do. There's still 16 minutes and 50 to go. You heard Paul James say, come on, we've got plenty of time. It's not gone yet. But they really do have to make some inroads very shortly if they're going to stay in contention and psychologically stay in contention, as well as in terms of what's happening on the scoreboard.
Well, tempo-wise, this game suits Sheffield. Thames Valley only have 32 points and really are having a struggle at the offensive end to execute anything where they can get easy shots. They're not getting any fast break layups. So the fact is, they really do need to focus on execution. Otherwise, Sheffield will blow this game wide open in the next 5 minutes.
Yes.
See, that's where defense counts. Sheffield understands the tempo of this game. They've shut down the inside part of Thames Valley's game. Thames Valley are not shooting the ball well from the outside. And the fact is, Sheffield really has a good rhythm at the defensive end. Another turnover, and now in transition, Sheffield has the opportunity to end a great transition play here with a three-point shot. Didn't get it, but watch the defensive intensity of Sheffield.
Well, that was a foul from Cawthorn there. A lazy foul in a sense. It really was. He just ambled across, did Todd Cawthorne, and that's a lazy foul. McCord was in full flight, and that was a foul of frustration, I guess, in a sense, although why he's frustrated with this advantage, who knows?
I think it was a foul of fatigue. He just couldn't be bothered to get back, so he pushed John McCord.
McCord has it. Austin, Arena. Well, with Austin and McCord in there, there's a lot of athleticism. Let's see if they can make it work. Bolser is there as well. He's the outside shooter. And there is the first effective insert from McCord. He got inside beautifully and executed well.
Well, they finally got him the ball where he could do something with it. And the problem is Thames Valley are doing an awful lot of standing around and waiting for Casey Arena and John McCord to make plays happen. And you can't win that way. You've got to get everybody involved, and you have to execute.
Well, good retreat into defensive mode there for, oh, that's a three-pointer. Well, Arena strikes from long range, and that's useful.
Well, he's not known for his three-point shooting. He's not a great perimeter shooter. That time, he got good rhythm, good rotation on the ball, and lo and behold, a three-point shot.
Nothing called, 2 points given. Johnson. Nothing called at all. Neville Austin.
Will's letting the boys be the boys down here and letting them determine who's going to foul, who's not going to foul. Good call, good no call by Will Jones there.
Walker. Arena again. Austin. Was he fouled? No. Or was he? Yes, he was. It's fouled by number 14, Todd Cawthorne again. That's his third foul.
Well, there's Austin going to the basket. No problem there. Todd Cawthorne on the right wrist with a foul. Cawthorne's third. And you'll notice Johnson and Cawthorne are not in any foul trouble. They don't seem to really be in a situation where they feel like they're in trouble. Cawthorne will sit down now with 3 fouls, and they'll bring in young Richard Wendell to give Cawthorne 4 or 5 minutes break. In basketball, those are affectionately known as bricks, cinder blocks, rocks, boulders.
He originates from Surrey, incidentally. Attended America in the University of Georgia. And that's Austin's first point of this match so far. It's his third club, this, of the season. Started off with Birmingham, if I remember correctly, and then moved around, but 3 clubs in one season is going a bit.
Which leads to the adage, never pack your bags and never unpack them for too long.
There was another foul called there, but, well, there's a substitution of interest here with Julio Polito. Yes, that's him. 6'3", 36 years old. In fact, I think he's 38.
Well, I played with him in 1994-95 at Guildford, and he was 34 then. Thames Valley.
Nice three-point shot. What a beautiful three-point shot.
Well, that time he had Casey Arena. Terrell Myers had Casey Arena going left, right, backwards, and then he backed up and made the three-point shot.
Well, Terrell Myers is really beginning to shape up in this game. He really is. He's on 19 points now.
And it's really funny, Stuart. You've got to love the backcourt play of Sheffield. Conlon and Myers dominate the flow of this game. And Conlon, there's a three-point shot. Myers backs up, nails the 3. But it's Conlon and Myers who are really dictating the flow of the game, the pace of the game, and the tempo of the game.
Conlon defended by Arena. Oh, Conlon brilliantly through. He left Arena for dead there and attacked the basket and got 2 points. 55-38, and the Tigers can't get into this game. The biggest lead now of this second semi-final.
Well, they certainly are in a great defensive rhythm. If you're a basketball fan, you're watching Sheffield play today. You're watching a great defensive game from Sheffield. 38 points. 38 points in what effectively is 27 minutes of play. That is an incredible defensive statistic. And if you look at Thames Valley, look at the faces of Thames Valley, they know they're trying to get into a fortress. They may not be able to break it all today.
17 points they've got to make up. They've only got 13 minutes left to do it in. Conlon's looking good. So is McKinney. McCord. Politi under the basket. Yes, big three. And well, that's the job that Bolser's out there to do. And that's I think three three-pointers he's hit. 2 early on. And then he had a lean spell, went onto the bench, came back. And off the bench, he scored all of the points off the bench.
He certainly has. They've got 2 3-point shooters out there in Politi and also in Brian Balser.
So, Politi, there he is. Born in Argentina, incidentally, an Argentinian junior international. Came through and played for several of the British clubs, from Bracknell to Brunel and beyond. 2 more. 2 more.
Well, that's a 5-0 run for Thames Valley. They finally started to get some easy baskets, move the basketball, and try and penetrate so that Neville Austin, John McCord can do some damage. Will Johnson has 2 fouls, and Todd Cawthorn has 3 fouls. And, you know, they've got to find a way to get inside to make things happen.
Well, Windle, nice assist. Johnson always in the right place at the right time, gets another 2 points. And look at this again. Windle, lovely little rotation from the left, gets it in, right over the top of the defense.
Good finish there by Will Johnson.
Well, that's a foul, most definitely. A foul, most definitely, against Brian Balser.
Well, he's entitled, Stewart, to go for the ball, which is exactly what he did. It's just that from behind, he got the ball. He just got an awful lot of Ian McKinney as well.
Brian Balser, 6'5". Casey Arena is now left. Walker on. So it's certainly a different lineup now without Casey Arena. They've got a bit more firepower out there and a little bit more height.
But they don't have what you would see as a point guard, a guy who will lead the offense. Lee Walker's going to play that position. If I'm Sheffield, I'd go out and pressure him a little bit, make some things happen, because I think, you know, certainly he is no Casey Arena.
Walker has it, defended by Conlon. Balser. McCord has the ball taken away from him. That was Myers. Myers just looking down, trying to avoid the attention of the referee, but it's his foul. And that's his 3rd foul. Have a look at it. There it is, clear. Good call.
You know, Stewart, there's 11 minutes to go in this basketball game, and that is a very, very long time. It's even longer if you don't make your foul shots, but if you make your foul shots and you keep your offensive rhythm, you can get back into this game. We saw that in the first semifinals. Leopards were down 18 points, came back to win in overtime. It's a long time to go in this ballgame.
Well, 13 points down. The Tigers. Oh, look at the change of pace. Didn't quite come out as he wanted in the end, but they've still got the ball. McKinney almost tempted, and that's a travelling violation. Took more than a couple of steps to the ball, changed his pivot foot, in fact.
Well, that's where young players do make the mistakes. What should have happened is Ian McKinney should have shot that basketball and let Richard Windle go do what he does best, which is rebound.
McCord to Austin, 2 big fellas out now feeding the ball in. Austin has a go. He's being challenged by Windle. Now Balser. Balser defended by McKinney, and Balser going all the way. Gives the opportunity for the outside shot. Oh, and that's a steal again. And Myers misses the ball. Oh, what an opportunity missed.
And Terrell Myers said that might be the easiest shot that I never had. There it is. Conlon gives him the ball, and he basically was thinking of basket before he put the ball on the floor.
Walker, defended by Conlon. McCord, tied down, double team. Politi out on the top. Balser. 3-point attempt. McCord. The defence is pretty tough. And still it won't go in. Polity tried, everybody tried, nothing gained, and Paul James turns away in disgust. How many chances do they need? He's thinking to himself.
There's a lid on the basket for Thames Valley today. But you'll give them an A for effort. They keep battling, and what happens in a game like this, you keep battling, you will start to get those second chances to go in for you.
They're trying to free Bolser, and they're tying him down very quickly. McKinney's rushing out to him to prevent him taking those outside shots. McCord going in close, and McCord this time. Oh, and he's struck on the way down, and there's a foul. He's all right, thankfully.
Tails, a great play. Watch the spin off the dribble. Great move, good finish. Todd Cawthorn got away with a foul there because he whacked John McCord right in the eye.
McCord on 16 points and 9 rebounds, just to bring you up to date with his personal statistics. Conlon and Cawthorn out on top. Trying to work the ball inside. Johnson is there, but McCord takes the rebound. Cawthorn looking to get away without a foul. Nothing called. McCord has it. Walker has it. Walker's in this time. Oh, that was a marvelous play.
Great penetration. John McCord starting to exert himself at both ends of the floor to make things happen. There, Walker gets to the rim. Great concentration. Will Johnson got away without getting called for a foul that time, but great play there.
Well, look at the margin now, 57 to 48. We said just don't assume anything here, but that won't help the totals. But my goodness, they're coming back, the Tigers. 11 points only.
Well, Todd Cawthorn there with a big basket. He's playing much better this year because there is no John Amici. You know, he really doesn't have to compete for playing time, and he's just playing basketball the way he did in the first couple of years he was there.
Well, I have to say, Alton, that they're getting inside and penetrating far better now that they've taken Casey Arena off, and he's the point guard specialist, so they're not doing badly at all. Oh, a speculative shot, perhaps?
Yeah, poor shot selection that time from Terrell Myers, and I think what that shot says is he needs a break. Chris Finch has got to get him a couple of minutes break to get some fresh legs on him.
Polity on the near side, defended by Myers. Polity, oh, beautiful defense by Myers. Got his hand right on top of the ball. That terrific defense, and young players watching would do well to note that. Oh, Travis Conlon, what a response.
Well, great response. Watch his concentration. There was a foul there, but he gets to the other side of the rim. He used the rim to protect him from Neville Austin. Smart play.
Bolser defended there by Mike Payne. Oh, it's a big three-pointer from Walker. That was a superb shot, and it's 10 points. Look at that, just outside the arc. Nothing called on Payne to the basket. He was isolated, though.
Great call there. A great no call by Will Jones. He's saying it was a 50-50 ball. Good defense by Bolser.
Now, there is a change here because Austin is starting to get inside, McCord is starting to get inside, and the Tigers now are beginning to play. They're playing high-percentage basketball. They're not taking the outside shots at the moment. Bolser hasn't taken an outside shot for some time, and it's 8 points the difference.
It's the kind of game I'm pretty sure that Paul James wanted to be in 6 minutes to go. He's given Casey Arena a good 4-minute break, 4 or 5 minute break, and he will now finish with the guys that brought him to the dance: Lee Walker, Brian Bolser, Casey Arena.
Well, I think you were saying earlier that Casey Arena is no shooting threat, but it's his job to penetrate and distribute the ball, and that hasn't been totally effective in this game, I have to say.
Smart play there from Will Johnson. Sheffield that time ran a simple high-low offense. They got the ball at the foul line to Todd Cawthorn, who threw it over the top to Will Johnson, who finished the play. Neville Austin's 4th foul.
10 points, still 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in this semi-final. McKinney on the near side. Payne has it. Defended by Arena. Crawford. Big man out on the top. Big man can get the ball inside, though. McCord defending him well. Good rebound by Johnson, and he's fouled on the way in, and that'll be shot. And this fella is really, really pulling the fouls out of his opponent.
Well, the only thing, you know, if you think about the way he plays, this is, you're watching a guy who does what Dennis Rodman does in the NBA. Neville Austin's fouled out. He's got 5. Jason Seaman's got 3 fouls. He's drawn 8 fouls on the front men of Thames Valley, dominating the offensive backboard. The only thing Will Johnson's missing is Dennis Rodman's haircut.
Well, this is a critical time now for the Tigers, because if it's gone now, if they let it go any further than this, they're just not going to come back. But it's still possible, it really is. There's only 13 points in it, a couple of 3-pointers, and we're in business. Johnson, incidentally, has moved on to 23 points. He's taken 9 rebounds. That just underlines what we were saying. McCord can't get in. Seaman. Well stolen there by Payne.
Will saying, oops, I made a mistake. Good to see referees with a sense of humor here.
Now Arena, Seaman. I think, Alton, that there is a problem with Seaman. He does appear to be limping out there. He had the ankle injury before he started, and that may be significant. We'll see in a moment.
Yeah, no question about it. He's not the same Jason Seaman that has been playing better than he's ever played in this country. He's got a bad left ankle. He really can't get up and down the floor, and he can't get up around the basket the way he normally does aggressively. There's Neville Austin, who's fouled out, 5 fouls. That last foul was on Will Johnson, and that's his 3rd foul.
Well, certainly Austin and McCord began to work together well as a duo, so that the exclusion of Austin has really hurt the Tigers. It really has. And the margin is 13 points. It's a little less than that now, but that Walker free shot, very welcome indeed. 66-54, 4:50 to go for a place in the final to meet the Greater London Leopards.
Well, it's interesting to watch Sheffield play. They really don't beat themselves. They don't make many mistakes, and the mistakes they make, they're a very, very smart team. But they just don't beat themselves, you know. They distribute the ball. They make sure the ball gets to the right player at the right time. Good pass from Conlon there. And there's the foul on Brian Balser. Will Johnson should have made more of that one.
Timeout called, and with just 4 minutes and 33 seconds left, it's still anybody's game, because 12 points represents 4 3-pointers.
Deny the ball in, on pressure on the basketball, deny the lanes, guys. 4.5 minutes, that's all we got. Got to make a big effort right now. A big effort right now. They miss, we rebound, we got to bust our ass to get down the court. You need some cheap buckets fast. Need some cheap buckets fast, guys. All right, come on now. I got one more timeout left. Hey, this just give you a breather right now. All right, let's regroup. Let's go again. Let's make that push. Come on.
Well,
Come on.
Chris Finch.
Get back to Todd at the high post. When he goes, somebody come high, we can penetrate, and then he go again, so we can just tear him apart. Okay, you know they're going to be gambling and pressing now. Let's be smart and counter it. Okay. Hey, open shots or break people down and penetrate and kick. 1, 2, 3, shots.
Well, both coaches there, Paul James saying we need to make a push. We need some easy baskets quickly. And at the other end, Chris Finch knows that Paul James is going to press. He knows there's going to be double teaming. And basically what he's saying is, hey, let's penetrate, kick the ball, and let's try and make our open shots. Let's distribute the ball and make sure that the clock keeps running.
Less than 4.5 to go. Arena. Walker looking to get the pass in, but a good piece of defense there by Cawthorne. He fronted McCord and there was no way for the pass to go in. Certainly Walker was looking for McCord, and all of a sudden the avenues of passing into the center for the Tigers big men to operate is gone.
Exactly, and I really think, you know, at the end of the day, this game has been determined by the domination of the lane area, the red area and the blue area inside the lane on your screen, because Sheffield has taken away all of the inside baskets that Thames Valley could have had. Thames Valley made a run, Sheffield countered that, and now they are in control. The defensive tempo of this game is all Sheffield.
Well, here comes the press. Arena's beaten again. He's just Myers is running past him time and time again. And once the press breaks down, there are a lot of holes.
Well, there certainly are a lot of holes, but Sheffield's a smart basketball team.
Well, Johnson didn't get his chance, but when he had 2 chances, didn't make them work, but he's got another chance. Cawthorne, Payne. Johnson looking to break to the near side, I would think. He's being marked by Jason Seaman. They put a lot of experience and size onto him. Johnson again fumbles the ball. Now, I think that possession has gone against the Sheffield Sharks, and possession will go to Jason Seaman end line.
Well, that was an offensive foul that Will Jones missed, but good hustle by Thames Valley. Will Johnson stepped out of bounds in the search for that loose ball.
Walker has it, tightly defended by Payne on the top. Bolser, no outside shot for Bolser either. McCord looking to get inside, and that was beautiful play. A little hook shot off the right hand, brilliantly executed.
But look how difficult it's been for Thames Valley to get that shot. Sheffield contested every single part of that offensive series, and that's why Thames Valley is struggling. They haven't been able to get any offensive flow at all.
They certainly haven't been able to get people inside in numbers. Cawthorne, there's no reason for the Sheffield team to hurry this along, in the game terms, that is. Myers again.
Well, there's the story of the game. The offensive backboard of Sheffield. Sheffield has just turned this game around with their offensive rebounding. Sheffield gets another 30 seconds for the attempt. And certainly it is really the situation. Bad shot selection there by Myers, but...
Oh, a traveling violation given prior to the foul. Well, the foul certainly occurred after the traveling violation. Let's have a look at this.
Well, here it is. Here's McCord. Nope, no travel. That's a good play.
Well, that was an extraordinary call. I think everybody looked to that side. And the Sheffield Sharks have taken a timeout with 2:23 to go. And they've got, what, an 11-point advantage now.
But you know what it is? It's off-the-ball movement. Listen, off-the-ball movement isn't there, so we don't have guys to pass the ball to. Right? If they're going to lay off you, drive and create something. All right, let's stand down. Let's stay in the open. Let's stay in the open, all right? Listen. Yeah, and what?
Todd, take it in on the pressure here. Okay, get our guards up. Just go and screen for Travis. All right, go and screen for Travis and see what they got coming back. Okay? Hey, I'm still setting those high screens, but guys got to come off. Yeah. The other guard, hey, the other guard,
11-point buffer at the disposal of Chris Finch. And it's Paul James who's got the problems on the Thames Valley bench.
Yeah, he's got to get some offense quick from this team. And so far, he really hasn't been able to get much. It's really hurt him not to have Jason Seaman at 100%. Jason has not been able to do what he normally does, which is really compete around the basket. And, you know, Paul James frustrated there because he just has not had the offensive firepower.
Well, it just shows that fortunes can change. Remember, you're looking at, when you look at Thames Valley Tigers, you're looking at the defending champions, and it looks as though life is going to be very, very difficult indeed. Both these teams know their opponents. The Greater London Leopards, they're already through to the final. And at the moment, certainly the Sheffield Sharks looking in very, very good form. They beat the Derby Storm to reach this semi-final. Well, now, points needed, fast and furious. Casey Arena trying to get inside, and once again, unable to do so. Cawthorne gets the rebound, not fouled, nothing called. Out is Myers on his own, Walker goes with him. Beautiful control. What a lovely piece of control and a little rotation there.
Great play, great pass, but watch how he gathers the ball, senses the defensive pressure, kisses it off the glass.
Well, Travis Conlon puts two in at the other end, and there's surely now Sharks on their way. It's been a very, very keenly contested semi-final, and the defending champions have not really found anywhere near their rightful form. They've never found the combination of players that could match the overall all-round skills of the Sheffield Sharks. They really haven't. They've had Jason Seaman, who's been injured, and that was a big factor in this match. It certainly was. He only got 2 points, and his rebound power has not been great on the day, and he's committed a few fouls, and so they've really not had that defensive rebound power that they should have had and would have had if the whole team had been fit.
Exactly. But you're watching the two best guards in British basketball right now in Sheffield with Travis Conlon and Terrell Myers. They play very well together, they determine the flow, and they play very good defense together. They along with Will Johnson, have really, really made this happen for Sheffield. But Conlon and Myers, clearly the two best point guards, or I should say the two best guards in the league that we've seen so far.
Conlon has it. Payne, defended by Arena, who's left again, double teamed, fouled as well. 1 minute and 22 seconds left. 13 points. 13 points the difference between the two sides. So, timeout called again. 1:22 to go. Now, Paul James is the man with the problems. Now, I wonder what he can say or do.
And Myers, all right? How many fouls on Lee? Fouls. Casey's got 4.
Lee Walker, 1.
Julio? All right, so you guys, all right? You guys get them. You pick up Myers and Conlon. Who you got? You pick whoever's left, all right? Come on, let's go. Hey, guys, we got to get a shot down this end, though. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Paul James there with a little bit of frustration because he knows that his basketball team is better than what they've showed today on TV. And defensively, if you want to get 13 points back, you got to come out and play literally end line to end line. Everybody's got to be able to do it. And at this stage, he's gone with a smaller lineup. Lee Walker, Brian Balser, Julio Politi. He's got 2 3-point shooters out there. The only way he's going to get into this game and win this game is by exerting serious full-court pressure on the Sheffield Sharks.
So they come away once again Just over a minute to go. Walker looking for the three-pointer, a shot of desperation. Arena goes for it as well. Polity is back on, a little bit of experience. Walker, they've got to hit the three-point shots, they really have, and it's not working for them. And once again, Will Johnson takes the ball and then loses it. Well, shot after shot being taken by the Tigers side. Balser gets one eventually, it's just inside the arc, so it gets 2 points. That's not the three-pointer they wanted, and it wasn't quick enough either. They needed to get some baskets in quick. It's 41 seconds left, and at the end of the day, the Tigers team have not been able to defend their title. 46 seconds left on the master clock behind us. 73-61 the scoreline, and this has been a satisfactory day for Chris Finch, Brian Aldred, his assistant, and really they've never really looked to be in danger. And when you think about the overall performance of the Thames Valley Tigers, well, they remember they've beaten the league leaders Manchester Giants 100-87 to reach this final. They've beaten them twice this season. And you have to say that is a talented team to do that, but today it hasn't worked for them. Balser comes in with a layup for 2 points, 36 seconds left. Only 10 points between them, but that is the most emphatic way to underline a team's supremacy. Superb play by Johnson. Will Johnson, absolutely magnificent on the day, and that he enjoyed.
Yeah, I think he did enjoy it, and it was a great pass from Travis Conlon. And, you know, this is really what you like to see, a smart basketball team that plays well together. And they really play well together when Will Johnson's hitting three-point shots. I don't think he can play much better than he's played today.
Well, this is now a dominant end to the game, and the defense doesn't exist anymore. And the Sheffield Sharks are on their way to the final against the Greater London Leopards. Lovely little turn in there, and that is the end of the match. Well, that's it, and the defending champions have been beaten. The Sheffield Sharks have gone through to the final. That final against the Greater London Leopards, you can see it on BBC Two on January the 10th. It'll be on Sunday Grandstand, so don't miss that because it promises to be a terrific final. On the day, well, for the Sheffield Sharks, Myers, Conlon and Johnson were absolutely superb. The Thames Valley Tigers, with Seaman injured, couldn't quite fire on all cylinders. That's it. The Sharks 78, the Tigers 66.
And confirmation of what Stuart said, you'll be able to watch the final of the National Cup with us on Grandstand next year. That's the London Leopards against the Sheffield Sharks on January the 10th.